You're not just anyone. You're the founder of a company you built from scratch, a decade of sacrifice, late nights, risk, discipline, every dollar carefully managed. You finally reach profitability, stability, momentum. Then one day, you make a decision that would make every investor in the room panic. You bring in a partner. But not just any partner. You give them 50% ownership, full access to your bank accounts, equal control over every decision. You agree that if they ever walk away, whether they helped you grow or not, they still walk out with half of everything. You don't review their past. You don't verify their habits. You don't check their financial behavior. You just trust your gut. If this happened inside a real company, you'd be removed immediately. People would call it reckless. But this is exactly what millions of people do every year. We just call it marriage. And while people obsess over stock picks, side hustles, and budgeting apps, they ignore the most financially powerful legal contract they will ever sign. I'm Bobby, and I spend way too much time studying the hidden financial forces that quietly destroy middle-class wealth. Today, we're stripping away the fairy tales and looking at marriage the way an accountant would, through numbers, probabilities, and risk. Because whether anyone wants to admit it or not, the person you choose to build a life with has more impact on your net worth than any investment strategy ever will. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Legally speaking, marriage is not romance. It's not poetry. It's not destiny. It's a financial merger. The moment you say, "I do," you activate tax consequences, debt liability, property rights, and long-term financial exposure to another human being's behavior. Their discipline becomes your discipline. Their mistakes become your mistakes. Their debt can become your problem. Yet most people research their next phone more than they research the financial habits of the person they plan to marry. And that blind spot is expensive. Very expensive. Let's talk about the saver versus spender problem. Imagine you're disciplined. You save $20,000 every year. You invest it consistently. Over 30 years, at a reasonable return, you end up with over $2 million. Financial independence. Now imagine you marry someone who isn't reckless, just careless. They like nice cars. They enjoy expensive trips. They love eating out. They don't track spending. They believe money is meant to be enjoyed now, not later. That lifestyle might only reduce your annual savings by $15,000. Doesn't sound dramatic. But instead of investing $20,000 per year, now you're only investing $5,000. Over the same 30 years, you end up with roughly $500,000. That difference isn't bad luck. That difference is your partner's habits. You didn't lose wealth because of divorce. You lost it slowly, quietly, invisibly, through lifestyle friction. You were building. They were leaking. And over time, the emotional damage is worse than the math. You become the no person, the budget police, the villain for caring about the future. Eventually, you stop arguing. You lower your goals. You settle. Dreams die in Amazon boxes. But slow financial decay isn't even the worst-case scenario. Divorce is. Let's look at the math without sugarcoating it. Roughly half of marriages fail. That means choosing to marry carries risks similar to flipping a coin with your entire financial future. When divorce happens, two things occur immediately. Your household efficiency collapses. Your assets are divided. One home becomes two homes. One set of bills becomes two. One safety net becomes two fragile ones. Now layer in legal fees, asset liquidation, forced selling, taxes, retirement accounts being touched too early, child support, alimony. What started as $500,000 of shared net worth can easily become $150,000 in real purchasing power. And now you're older. You have less time, less momentum, less compounding power. It's not just emotional pain. It's financial reset. Here's the part most people avoid talking about. You can be legally responsible for your spouse's financial behavior. Hidden debt, secret credit cards, gambling, shopping addictions. Financial deception is more common than infidelity. If their credit collapses, yours can follow. If they borrow recklessly, your future borrowing power suffers. You are tied to their decisions whether you agree with them or not. That's not romance, that's liability. So how do you reduce risk? You do what every intelligent business does before a merger. You perform due diligence. You talk openly about money. You review credit history. You discuss debt. You examine spending habits. You ask uncomfortable questions early, not after the wedding. If someone avoids financial transparency, that's not mysterious, that's dangerous. And yes, that includes discussing prenups. Not because you expect failure, but because smart people insure against risk. You don't buy insurance because you want disaster. You buy it because disasters exist. A prenup is clarity, structure, protection, boundaries, respect for both partners' futures. Refusing to discuss one isn't romantic. It's irresponsible. But here's the part most people miss. When done right, marriage is one of the most powerful wealth-building structures in existence. Two financially aligned adults, shared goals, shared discipline, shared values, living below their means, investing consistently, supporting each other during setbacks. That combination is nearly unstoppable. Dual incomes, shared expenses, accountability, emotional stability, economic efficiency. A healthy financial partnership accelerates wealth faster than any stock portfolio ever could. The problem isn't marriage. The problem is poor partner selection. Choosing a life partner is not just emotional. It's strategic. You're allocating decades of time, energy, income, and opportunity into one relationship. That decision deserves the same seriousness you'd give to the most important investment of your life. Don't choose chaos. Don't choose instability. Don't choose potential. Choose character, discipline, emotional maturity, financial responsibility. Choose someone who strengthens your future instead of weakening it. Because heartbreak heals. But a destroyed financial foundation can follow you for life.